Over the next 17 nights, we're headed out on a transatlantic adventure. Our very first crossing and our very first time sailing with Virgin Voyages aboard Resilient Lady. Our journey begins right here in St. John's, Newfoundland, where we actually fly backwards to Toronto before crossing the Atlantic overnight to Barcelona, Spain. We'll spend 3 incredible days exploring Barcelona's architecture, culture, and food before setting sail for 14 nights visiting Valencia, Casablanca, and Las Palmas in the Canary Islands. And then we have 8 straight days at sea, and spoiler alert, it's not for the faint-hearted. Over this series, we'll show you everything from beautiful ports and delicious food to Virgin Voyages, wild parties, and relaxed vibes. But first, we have to get there, and this video is all about how we got there. We're starting in style, flying Air Canada business class on the way to Barcelona. We'll take you inside the lounge, the aircraft cabin, show you the lay-flat seats, the food, and what it's really like to fly across the Atlantic up front. So sit back, relax, and join us for the start of our transatlantic cruise adventure aboard Resilient Lady. We're just in the airport, ready to take our first flight. St. John's to Toronto before we head Toronto to Barcelona. All right, we're officially at St. John's International, and we're kicking things off in the Maple Leaf Lounge. The place is small, but I gotta tell you, it's cozy. They got a nice little spread out here, some salads, some soup, some small plates. We always like to get here a little early before boarding. Haven't seen our bags go by yet. Hopefully they make it on. We're regular economy, but we're pretty close to the front, so we should be able to get off quickly. I'm betting Melanie's asleep before we get off the ground. Welcome to Toronto. That went by super fast. In Toronto, we did go to the Maple Leaf Lounge in the international section, but we used this time to go live here at Pearson between our flights. We got to share our excitement about the upcoming trip to Barcelona and our 14-night transatlantic. If you missed it, you can catch the replay on our channel. And before we knew it, it was time to board our overnight flight to Barcelona. So we are boarding our second flight to Barcelona. We're in Toronto Pearson, headed to Barcelona. And this is going to be a long one, but we managed to grab an upgrade with our Air Canada e-upgrade points. So we're actually in the front of the bus tonight. Fancy, fancy, so it should be good. I'll show you around. 10A? 10A, perfect. Stand this side? Yeah. And this is the seat for the evening. Folds flat. So we're on board our flight to Barcelona. Gonna get things situated, pillows and.
Wow. Want to close us?
We're in one of the pods, one cabin back. This is the premium economy seats, and that's actually what we had booked, is premium economy, before we had our upgrade. And this is the regular economy seats on this aircraft. We're in the front of the bus, which is nice. Lots of great features here. Big screen, welcome water, an amenity kit. And the menu for this evening's flight. You could pre-order your menu online. There's a drink selection.
hello from, I don't know what our flight number is, but we are on flight from Toronto to Barcelona, and our e-upgrades worked, and we're in first class. Oh my goodness. So I have a fancy pod. Chris is over there. There's a stranger over there, but there's a nice little divider. There is a huge TV screen here in front of me. I have a couch. This is basically where I think I would like to live forever. It has all the things you need. I've got tons of leg room. I'm short anyway, so I don't need a ton. Someone's going to bring me some supper, a drink. There's cozy blankets. There's pillow. There's noise-canceling headphones. I'm very confident there's also a massage feature. If that's it, they're going to have to drag me out of here in the morning. So we arrive in Barcelona 9:20 local time, so we'll have enough time for a solid night's sleep. And we'll get to arrive rested and ready to take on Barcelona tomorrow. We have an Airbnb booked, but we are allowed to drop our bags and then come back a little bit later. So tomorrow is a look around day, get our bearings, get some nice local flavor foods, and just enjoy the vacation that we've worked so hard and planned for. So now I get to see what movies are on board, and I get to try my new headphones. I don't think I'm allowed to take them with me. I'm pretty sure though. But they gave me a pillow. There's water. There's games. I don't know how I'm going to fly any other way. But this is my one and only probably. So I almost don't want to sleep, but I know I need to because tomorrow is going to be a super fun day. So I have welcome sparkling wine. I'm going to do our amenities kit. Who knew? Who knew? It's a fancy, nice little bag that you can keep. Oh, there are compression socks, a sleep mask that I will be definitely using, a toiletries kit, a dental kit actually, so it contains, wish I had my glasses, toothbrush, toothpaste, floss, and mouthwash. That'll be great later before sleeping. This is earplugs, solid, great idea. And so, that's it. Nice little bag of items that I'm definitely going to be using on this flight. Cheers. All right, we will see you later probably when the food comes around because I'm very confident it's going to be delicious.
On behalf of the entire crew, we are happy to have you with us this evening. And I'll see you service in English. Meeting will be 6 hours and 15 minutes in the air, or 7 hours and 24 minutes in gate to gate at a high cruising altitude of 37,000 feet. The temperature.
We didn't book front of the bus, but we used all of our e-upgrade points that we had left. And we put a bid in probably, 4 or 5 months ago. And it just came through in the last week. Depends on your status level with Air Canada. And if you were super elite, it would have came through at the time of booking, but we had to wait, but we got it.
Mode until announcement is made upon our arrival.
Pretty smooth takeoff. Hopefully the flight will be just as good. We'll check in when the meal service comes around.
Once we were in the air, dinner service started pretty quickly. We both began with the Medse plate, and it was actually really good. Lots of fresh flavors, and the salad that came with it was nice and light for an overnight flight. For my main, I went with the chicken, and unfortunately things took a bit of a turn. I actually found a couple little pieces of metal in mine, so after that surprise, I figured it was safer to tap out and skip the rest of the meal. Melanie, on the other hand, lucked out. She had the beef and said it was excellent. Tender, good flavor, and definitely the better choice of the night. After dinner, it was time to turn the seat into a bed and get some rest. I was out pretty quickly, and I didn't realize until later that Melanie took video of me sleeping. Apparently, I was very peaceful. About 6 hours later, we both woke up just as we were beginning our descent. We had asked not to be woken for breakfast because after a long travel day and with a big one ahead, sleep won out over food. And then our first views of Barcelona. The coastline, the Mediterranean Sea, the sun coming up, absolutely breathtaking. It was one of those moments where you look out the window and you realize, okay, this adventure is really starting now. The landing was smooth, and just like that, we're in Spain. Join us next time for our first full day in Barcelona. We'll take you along as we grab a taxi from the airport to the city center, drop our bags at our Airbnb, and then head out to explore the neighborhood. It's there that we spotted some graffiti that left us wondering if we were actually welcome in Spain. And of course, we'll give you a full tour of our Airbnb. It's a great space and the perfect home base for the next 3 days. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.